The screen fades in with the sound of thunder rolling across the Alberta sky. The wind blows through the empty ranch fields, and for a moment, everything feels wrong. Nathan's truck sits abandoned near the old trail, the door wide open, and his hat lying in the mud. Fans of Heartland can't stop asking the same question: what happened to Nathan? The new trailer for Season 19 Episode 4 has left everyone in shock. The silence, the tension, and the sudden cut to Amy's terrified face hint that something terrible has happened. But is Nathan gone for good? Or is this just the calm before the storm? As the trailer begins, the tone is completely different from the peaceful Heartland we're used to. There's no laughter, no warm sunrise over the barn. Instead, the air is heavy, almost mournful. Amy walks slowly across the paddock, her eyes searching for someone we can't see. Behind her, Jack leans against the fence, silent, the kind of silence that says more than words ever could. Lou's voice trembles as she says, "We should have stopped him." And just like that, the trailer cuts to black, leaving fans gasping. The mystery surrounding Nathan deepens, and Heartland fans know one thing for sure. Episode 4 isn't going to be easy to watch. Nathan has always been one of those characters who carries quiet strength, the kind that holds everything together when the world starts to fall apart. But now, the world seems to be falling apart around him. In the final scene of the last episode, he was seen driving away after a heated argument with Amy, his words echoing in her mind, "You can't save everyone." The way he slammed the truck door, the flash of anger in his eyes, it felt final. Now, seeing that same truck abandoned in the trailer feels like a punch to the gut. It's not just about Nathan disappearing. It's about what his absence means to everyone left behind. The trailer doesn't give away much. And that's what makes it haunting. A shot of Amy staring at a letter she can't bring herself to open. Jack clenching his fists in frustration. Tim standing by the barn, his face half in shadow. Every frame feels like a clue. Every moment a whisper of what's to come. Fans have started piecing it together, frame by frame, hoping for a sign that Nathan's okay. But the truth is, the show wants us to feel this uncertainty. Heartland has always been about love, loss, and second chances, but this time, it feels like the stakes are higher than ever. If this trailer has proven anything, it's that Season 19 is not afraid to take risks. Heartland has matured, just like its characters. And now, as Episode 4 approaches, one thing is clear: something happened to Nathan that's going to change everything at Heartland Ranch forever. Whether it's tragedy, redemption, or both, fans are in for an emotional storm they won't forget. Before we dive into the mystery of Episode 4, let's look back at the storm that started it all. The last episode of Heartland left us standing in silence as Nathan's story took a turn no one saw coming. It began like any other day on the ranch, the horses running freely across the fields, Amy smiling as the morning light touched the barn, and Jack humming an old tune as he worked. But something in the air felt uneasy, something just a little off, like the calm before the thunder. Nathan had been distant, quieter than usual. His usual warmth had turned into something colder, heavier, as if he was carrying a secret too big to share. The episode slowly pulled us into his world, his struggles, his doubts, and the growing weight on his shoulders. We saw him helping Amy with Spartan, but his mind was somewhere else. When Amy asked what was wrong, Nathan simply said, "It's nothing." But the look in his eyes told a different story. That line, short, simple, but full of emotion, was the first crack in the calm surface. Later, we saw him staring at the old family photo pinned to the barn wall. His hands trembled slightly, and for a moment, he looked lost. It wasn't the strong, confident Nathan fans knew. It was a man fighting something deep inside, something breaking. Then came the argument, sharp, raw, and unforgettable. Amy, desperate to help, tried to reach him. "You don't have to face this alone," she said. But Nathan pulled away. His voice was quiet, almost broken, when he answered, "You can't fix what's already gone." That line hit hard. It felt like more than a moment of frustration. It sounded like goodbye. Jack tried to talk to him later that evening, standing under the orange glow of the barn lights. But Nathan only shook his head, gave a small smile, and walked off into the night. The truck engine roared, headlights cutting through the darkness. And then, silence. That was the last time we saw him. The next morning, Amy found his hat by the trail. The camera lingered on her face, that single tear rolling down her cheek, before cutting to black. It was one of those classic Heartland endings that left you with 1,000 questions and a heavy heart. Fans immediately flooded social media, asking, "Is Nathan gone? Did he run away? Was he hurt?" Some even noticed small details, like the faint sound of sirens in the background, or a shadow moving behind The trees just before the scene faded. Could that have been a clue? Or just clever editing by the writers? The brilliance of that episode was how it didn't need explosions or loud drama. It relied on emotion, on quiet heartbreak. Every small moment built up the tension, leading to the haunting emptiness we saw in the final frame. Heartland has always been about connection, about how people find healing even in their darkest hours. But with Nathan's disappearance, it feels like the show is exploring a deeper kind of pain, the kind that doesn't heal overnight. And now, the episode 4 trailer picks up right where that silence left off. We see the ranch family struggling to move forward while the ghost of Nathan's absence hangs in the air. The way Amy looks at the empty chair at breakfast, the way Jack stares out across the field, it's all too real. The show is telling us that this isn't just about one man missing. It's about how one person's pain ripples through everyone who loves them. Heartland has a history of turning pain into strength, of showing that even the hardest storms can bring new beginnings. But this time, it feels different. The loss feels heavier, more personal. Maybe it's because Nathan represented something pure, hope, loyalty, love. Or maybe it's because deep down, we all know what it feels like to lose someone who means everything. As the trailer ends with that single shot of Amy whispering Nathan's name into the wind, one thing becomes clear. The mystery isn't just about where Nathan is. It's about what his absence reveals about love, about regret, and about the heart of Heartland itself. The trailer for Heartland, Season 19 Episode 4 doesn't open with music. Instead, it opens with silence, the kind of silence that speaks louder than words. The first image is a fog-covered morning at the ranch. The camera slowly drifts over the fields, the sky still gray with dawn, and then a single boot print in the mud. The frame lingers for just a second, and fans immediately notice it's not Amy's, not Jack's, it's Nathan's. That one simple shot sets the tone for the entire trailer. It's haunting, beautiful, and full of unanswered questions. Then comes Amy. Her eyes look tired. The kind of tired that comes from sleepless nights and too many memories. She's brushing Spartan, her movements slow and careful, as if she's trying to hold herself together. There's no dialogue, just a faint sound of wind in the distance. Then, the camera cuts to Lou, standing by the kitchen window, clutching a folded piece of paper. She doesn't open it, she just stares at it, her hands shaking slightly. The letter. Fans have already begun to guess that it might be from Nathan, a message left behind before he disappeared. The trailer never confirms it, but the emotion in Lou's face says enough. Next, we see Jack walking down the path toward the barn. The shot is framed so that his figure is small against the wide-open landscape, a visual reminder that even the strongest hearts can feel small when loss enters the picture. He stops, looks toward the horizon, and mutters something under his breath. The audio is almost too soft to hear, but careful viewers can catch a single word, son. That one whisper has fueled hundreds of fan theories. Did Jack think of Nathan as a son? Is this a hint at something deeper between them, a secret bond, or a painful history? The next few shots come fast, almost like flashes of memory. Amy running toward the paddock, Lou arguing with Tim in the living room, a police car parked near the road by Heartland. Then, a glimpse of Nathan's hat again, this time resting on a hospital bed. The trailer doesn't linger. It cuts away before we can see who's lying there. The music begins to rise. Soft piano, mixed with the sound of rain. This is where the emotion really hits. The editing feels like a heartbeat, slow, heavy, deliberate. It's as if the trailer itself is grieving. There's a brief shot of Georgie returning to the ranch, her face full of worry. She says, "Amy, just tell me he's okay," but Amy can't answer. The silence stretches out, thick with pain. Then, almost out of nowhere, we see a flashback, Nathan laughing in the barn, teaching Lindy how to tie a rope. The memory plays for only a few seconds, but it's enough to break the audience's heart. That moment reminds viewers what's at stake, not just Nathan's life, but the warmth and love he brought to everyone around him. As the trailer moves toward its end, the pace slows again. Amy stands alone by the river, the place where she and Nathan once talked about starting over. The wind blows through her hair, and in the distance, we hear his voice say, "You can't save everyone." It's not clear if it's real or just her memory, but it feels like he's still there, somewhere between the past and the present. The trailer fades to black, and then one final shot. A man's shadow walking down a dirt road, limping slightly. The camera never shows his face, but the boots, they look familiar. Fans freeze the frame, rewatch it again and again. Convinced it's Nathan. The music fades, leaving only the sound of the wind and a single heartbeat. Then the words appear on the screen. Heartland, Season 19, Episode 4. the truth will surface. It's a line that gives chills because it promises answers, but also pain. The kind of pain that only Heartland can deliver. Raw, emotional, and deeply human. What makes this trailer so powerful isn't just the mystery, it's the emotion layered into every frame, the way the ranch feels emptier, the way the characters move slower, the way silence feels heavier than sound. The editors knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't show us Nathan's fate, but they showed us his absence, and that absence speaks volumes. It's the quiet storytelling that Heartland has mastered for years. Letting the audience feel the loss instead of explaining it. Fans are now debating every second of this trailer. Online, the voice in the wind, the shadow at the end, the letter Lou holds but never reads. Each moment feels like a clue, and together they form a puzzle that's pulling the fandom apart in the best way possible. But one thing is certain, Episode 4 isn't just another chapter. It's the emotional center of the season, the episode that could change everything we know about Nathan, and about Heartland itself. After watching the trailer again and again, fans have begun to build their own theories, and some of them are too powerful to ignore. What really happened to Nathan? Was it an accident, a choice, or something far deeper than anyone expected? The beauty of Heartland is that it never gives answers too quickly. Instead, it lets the audience feel their way through the storm. And right now, that storm is centered around Nathan. The most talked about theory is that Nathan never truly left, at least not by choice. Some fans believe that the police car in the trailer isn't there for a search, but because Nathan might have been found injured somewhere near the old river road. The scene with the hospital bed, the hat resting beside it, and Amy's quiet tears could mean he's fighting for his life. It's a classic Heartland move, building tension not through explosions or shock value, but through love and loss. If this theory is true, Episode 4 could be one of the most emotional episodes in years. It wouldn't just be about survival, it would be about forgiveness. About Amy realizing how much Nathan meant before it was too late. But another theory goes darker. Some viewers believe Nathan's disappearance wasn't an accident at all. They point to his final words, "You can't fix what's already gone," as a hint that he might have walked away intentionally, perhaps to protect someone he loved. The faint sound of sirens in the previous episode might not mean tragedy but escape. Maybe Nathan was covering up for someone, a mistake, a secret, something from his past that finally caught up to him. The idea of him vanishing to protect Amy or Jack fits perfectly with his quiet, self-sacrificing nature. Heartland has always celebrated characters who carry burdens silently, and Nathan might be the newest example of that heartbreaking strength. There's also a softer, more hopeful theory making rounds in fan circles. The belief that Nathan left to find healing, not to disappear forever. Some fans say he might have gone to see an old friend, or returned to a place that once gave him peace. The writers have often used journeys of self-discovery to show growth and redemption. Amy had hers after Ty, Jack after Marion, and maybe this is Nathan's turn. The trailer's shot of the river could symbolize that, a quiet rebirth, a moment where life starts again after chaos. If that's true, Episode 4 could bring us a reunion rather than a goodbye. One filled with tears but also hope. Then there's a theory that connects Nathan's story to the larger theme of the season. The idea of hidden wounds. Every main character seems to be dealing with some invisible pain this season. Amy is haunted by guilt, Jack by age and memory, Lou by the weight of responsibility. Maybe Nathan's story mirrors theirs, showing that even the strongest hearts can break silently. The trailer's final shadowed figure walking down the dirt road could represent that healing journey. Not a literal return but a symbolic one. It's the writer's way of telling us that grief and hope often walk hand in hand. Still, there's one detail that keeps fans restless, the letter Lou holds in the trailer. If that letter truly came from Nathan, it could be the key to everything. Some believe it's his goodbye note. Others think it's a confession, maybe about something that happened long ago. Something that ties him to the Bartletts in ways no one expected. The handwriting, the trembling hands, the fact that Lou can't bring herself to read it, all of it feels intentional. Heartland's writers love symbolism. And that unopened letter might hold both pain and peace inside. Every theory, whether dark or hopeful, shares one truth: Nathan's story has left a mark. His presence has rippled through every corner of Heartland Ranch. Even if he's not physically there, his energy lingers. The look in Amy's eyes, the hesitation in Jack's voice, the silence between Lou's sentences, they're all echoes of him. And maybe that's the message Heartland wants to deliver. Sometimes, even when someone is gone, their love remains in every corner of the places they touched. Fans are divided, half prepare for heartbreak, half hold on to hope. And that's exactly what makes this upcoming episode so powerful. It's not just about finding out what happened to Nathan, it's about facing loss, understanding love, and realizing that sometimes the hardest journeys are the ones taken in silence. When the episode airs, every fan will be sitting at the edge of their seat, waiting for that one scene, the moment when the truth finally breaks through the quiet. Until then, all we can do is wait and wonder. Every great story in Heartland doesn't just live in what happens, it lives in how the characters feel when it does. And in episode 4, that emotion bleeds through every frame. The trailer gives us a glimpse into their hearts, and what we see isn't just sadness, it's something deeper. It's love tangled with guilt, silence heavy with memories, and hope struggling to breathe. Amy is the center of it all. She carries the kind of pain that doesn't need words. When she walks through the barn, her eyes drift to the empty corner where Nathan used to stand, helping her with the horses. The camera lingers on her hand, brushing against a rope he once used, and for a second, her breath catches. It's not a scream or a cry, it's quieter than that. It's the kind of heartbreak that sneaks up on you in moments of stillness. We can feel her replaying every conversation they ever had, every argument, every promise, every smile. Her strength has always been her calmness. But now that calm feels like a mask, hiding something fragile underneath. Then there's Jack. The trailer shows him sitting by the fireplace, holding his old hat and staring into the flames. His expression says everything. Jack has always been the soul of Heartland, the rock everyone leans on when things fall apart. But in this trailer, he looks like a man fighting his own storm. For him, losing Nathan isn't just losing a ranch hand or a friend, it's losing someone he saw himself in. There's a brief moment where he mutters something too soft to hear, but his lips move like he's praying, maybe for forgiveness, maybe for one more chance. Jack's pain is the kind that comes from wisdom, knowing that life doesn't always give second chances, no matter how much you deserve them. Lou's reaction is different. Hers is wrapped in responsibility. The trailer shows her sitting at the kitchen table, papers scattered around her, the letters still unopened. She looks like someone trying to keep the world together, while her heart quietly breaks. The weight of leadership, of holding the family steady, presses harder than ever. Her eyes are red, not just from tears, but from exhaustion, the kind that comes when you've been strong for too long. For Lou, the guilt runs deep. Maybe she thinks she could have done more, said more, or seen the signs that Nathan was struggling. That's the kind of pain that lingers long after the storm passes, the pain of what if. Even Tim, who rarely shows emotion, has a moment that stands out. In the trailer, he's seen at the stables, brushing down a horse in silence. Then, he stops, stares at the stall door, and whispers, "You should have told me." It's unclear who he's talking to, maybe Nathan, maybe himself. But the vulnerability in that one line cuts through the usual toughness. It's as if the loss stripped away his armor, revealing a man full of regret. Tim has always struggled with connection, with saying the right thing at the right time. And now, with Nathan gone, that failure feels heavier than ever. Even the youngest characters feel the shift. Lindy is shown running through the fields, calling Nathan's name. The camera blurs slightly, focusing instead on Amy's reaction in the background. It's symbolic, a child searching for someone, while an adult watches, knowing they might never find them. It's a haunting image, one that captures the innocence of not understanding loss yet. Heartland has always been about generations, about how love, pain, and memory pass from one to the next. This scene, though short, reminds viewers that grief doesn't just live in the older hearts, it finds its way into the youngest. Every reaction in this trailer feels real, raw, and deeply personal. It's as if each character is carrying a different piece of Nathan's memory. And together, they form a broken picture of love and loss. Amy carries the guilt, Jack carries the wisdom, Lou carries the duty, Tim carries the regret, and Lindy carries the hope. That's what makes Heartland powerful. It doesn't show pain as something that destroys, but as something that binds people together in unexpected ways. By the end of the trailer, the family gathers at the dinner table. No one speaks. The camera moves slowly around them, empty plates, untouched food, eyes cast downward. It's a simple scene, but it says everything. They're together, but incomplete. United, yet missing a piece of themselves. The light from the window fades, and in that final second, Amy looks up, almost like she's felt something. Maybe it's the wind, maybe it's Nathan, or maybe it's just hope whispering through the walls of Heartland Ranch. That moment captures the essence of the entire show. Heartbreak and healing, side by side. Whatever episode 4 brings, whether loss or reunion, it's clear that Heartland isn't just telling Nathan's story. It's telling everyone's story about love that lingers, pain that teaches, and the courage to keep believing even when everything feels lost. When the trailer dropped, the Heartland fandom exploded. Within minutes, social media turned into a sea of theories, tears, and hope. It wasn't just another trailer, it felt like an emotional earthquake shaking every corner of the Heartland world. Hashtags like #WhereIsNathan, #Heartland19, and #SaveNathan began trending within hours. Fans around the world from Canada to Australia, from the US to the UK, gathered online to share their heartbreak and confusion. It's moments like this that remind everyone that Heartland isn't just a TV show anymore. It's a family, a global one. On YouTube, reaction videos started popping up instantly. Some fans froze the last frame of the trailer, that mysterious shadow walking down the road, and slowed it down frame by frame. Many claimed the silhouette's walk looked exactly like Nathan's, right down to the way his right shoulder dips when he moves. Others pointed out the color of the jacket, a familiar dark brown one Nathan wore in season 18. Comments poured in beneath every post. That's him. He's alive. No, that's just a memory scene. Heartland is playing with our hearts again. On Reddit, entire threads were created just to decode Lou's letter. Fans screenshot every second of that scene, zooming in on the folded paper, trying to spot writing through the thin light. One user claimed they could make out the word sorry in the corner, sparking a whole new wave of theories. Others argued that it might be a fake out, that the letter could be about something entirely different. That's the beauty of the Heartland fandom. Every clue, every silence, becomes a puzzle piece, and every fan becomes a detective. Twitter, though, was where the emotion truly poured out. One fan wrote, "If Nathan doesn't come back, I'm not sure my heart can handle it. Heartland has broken me again." Another posted, "It's not about losing Nathan, it's about what he meant to Amy. That kind of bond doesn't just disappear." Thousands of replies followed, fans comforting each other, sharing memories of their favorite Nathan scenes, and even creating small edits showing his best moments. Some added soft piano music, others used his most powerful quotes. The energy online felt united, like everyone was holding their breath together, waiting for the next episode. Fan artists also joined in. Instagram and TikTok filled up with digital drawings of Nathan standing by the barn, smiling under the sunset. Some showed Amy reaching out for him across a foggy field, symbolizing hope. Others drew the letter scene, Lou's trembling hands, the folded paper glowing with golden light. These weren't just fan creations, they were emotional tributes. People weren't just reacting, they were expressing grief, love, and belief all at once. One viral TikTok edit took clips from older seasons, Nathan helping Amy with the horses, laughing with Jack, or comforting Lindy, and ended with the words, "You can't save everyone, but you can love them while they're here." It gathered millions of views within days. That single quote, which once felt like a painful goodbye, has now become a motto for the fandom. Fans began commenting things like, "Maybe that's the message Nathan left behind, and this line hits harder now." Even the cast added fuel to the fire. The actor who plays Jack shared a short cryptic post on Instagram, a photo of the Heartland barn at sunset with the caption, "Some goodbyes don't last forever." That post alone sent fans spiraling into excitement. Is it a hint? A secret? A reassurance that Nathan's story isn't over yet? No one knows, but everyone wants to believe. The discussions haven't just been emotional, they've been deeply thoughtful. Some fans are writing essays and theories exploring how Nathan's disappearance mirrors Ty's departure, both being stories of love, loss, and resilience. Others talk about how Heartland uses pain to remind viewers of strength. There's a shared sense that this isn't just about one character, it's about what Heartland represents: family, loyalty, and the way love endures even when life gets hard. What's most powerful, though, is how fans are holding each other through this storm. Comment sections are full of kindness. People share their own stories of loss and healing, saying how Heartland helped them through tough times. It's no longer just fiction, it's therapy for the heart. The show's gentle storytelling, the music, the moments of silence, they all give people a place to feel safe while facing their own emotions. As episode 4 approaches, the entire community waits together. No one knows if Nathan will return, or if this is truly goodbye. But what's certain is that the love for his character, and for the story he's part of, has united fans like never before. It's rare for a show to touch people so deeply after 19 seasons, but Heartland continues to do it effortlessly. It proves that real drama doesn't come from big twists or flashy moments, it comes from the quiet heartbreaks and the unspoken words between people who care.